we have made it to mass problems, which is the last topic on the yellow sheet. So, woohoo, we're finally there. Now, you'll find when we do these problems that, we started with mole ratios at the beginning of this chunk of stuff, and really, mole ratios have been the center of every single problem we've done. If we didn't have that mole ratio, we couldn't do the problem, and it's going to be the same thing with mass to mass. So we're taking all that stuff we've done so far and adding one more step to round out the problem. So we're going to start just like we do every single time. We're going to read through the problem and right away balance the equation. So today we're going to have 23.47 grams of sodium combining with plenty of chlorine. How many grams of sodium chloride will be produced? Okay, we need to start off step 1 by balancing this equation. So I have sodium and chlorine, remember, diatomic molecule, producing sodium chloride. Okay, to balance this, I'm going to put a 2 right there and a 2 there. So now I'll have 2 sodiums on each side and 2 chlorines. Step number 2 is to take the grams from that first bit of information in the problem and switch it to moles. Because remember, for that mole ratio, we have to be in moles. So we had 23.47 grams of sodium, and I need to turn that into moles. So since grams of sodium is on top, I'm going to put grams of sodium on the bottom and 1 mole of sodium on the top. Here is where we go to the periodic table and see that there are 22.99 grams of sodium in 1 mole. Alright, step 3, it means time to put that mole ratio in. So I have moles of sodium on top, so I'm going to put moles of sodium on the bottom, and we are switching to sodium chloride, so that will be the top of our mole ratio. Okay. Now I'm going to go back up to my equation and see that for sodium, my coefficient is a 2. That means down here on my mole ratio, I put a 2. Then I go look at sodium chloride. It happens also to be a 2, so we can stick that in there. So, step number 3, put in the mole ratio. For step number 4, we're going to take moles of sodium chloride and turn it into grams, since that is what the question is asking of us. So, moles of sodium chloride is on top right here, which means we're going to switch it now to the bottom. So I'm going to put 1 mole sodium chloride down there. And then, using information from my periodic table, I can calculate the molar mass of sodium chloride, and that is 58.443 grams of sodium chloride. So there's step 4. And our last step, step 5, is to cancel and calculate. So we'll start off by looking at our labels and making sure that they all cancel out. So I've got grams of sodium on top, grams of sodium on bottom. They go away. Moles of sodium on top, moles of sodium on bottom. They go away. Next one is moles of sodium chloride on top and moles of sodium chloride on the bottom, leaving us with grams of sodium chloride, which is the label we want. Now I'm going to go back and check my numbers. Now I have a 2 on the top right here and a 2 on the bottom. So that means that I can also cancel those out, since 2 over 2 equals 1, since we're dealing with fractions. Remember, cancel out as much as you can number-wise so that we're pushing less buttons on our calculator. Because now I can go back to my calculator and I've got 23.47 times 58.443 divided by 22.99, giving me 59.66 grams of sodium chloride. There you go. So mass to mass is really not all that different than the other problems we've been doing. we were using that mole ratio in the middle to switch substances and using all of the other things we know about moles and converting to mass. We just have more steps this way. So there you are. Any questions, you can email me, send me a message in Schoology, or ask me when you see me at school. See ya.